Hi guys, Wealth Building Rockstar here again with another video. Sorry it's been a minute, but I'm here to talk about the key to success that no one really talks about or explains. Everyone keeps talking about patience, consistency, fail sooner, meditation, this, that, etc. But no one really talks about the one key thing. And the main thing really is you just simply have to want it bad enough. And no one talks about that. Everyone teaches you things and they fishnet you into buying their courses or watching their videos, but if you don't want it bad enough, none of that matters. Like literally none of that matters. But once you do want it bad enough, all of that other stuff falls into place. It comes second nature. You're not going to be consistent if you don't want it bad enough. You're not going to be patient. Well, you might be impatient if you do want it really bad. That's my problem. But you're not going to meditate if you don't want it bad enough. You're not going to do what needs to be done if you don't want it bad enough. You're not going to keep going when it gets hard if you don't want it bad enough. And here's the thing too as well, because people always make it seem like wanting it bad enough is a bad thing. Like when I'm talking to people and they're like, can you help me with this? Can you help me do this? I did what you told me to do and it didn't work. And I'm like, do you want it bad enough? Oh, I don't have the time to learn stocks. Do you want it bad enough? You see what I'm saying? But I'm a firm believer of you're going to want it bad enough on your own time. So not to worry. If you don't think you want it bad enough right now, if you're making excuses like, I don't have time right now, I have kids right now, I don't know how to juggle this and that right now, my job is too hard right now, you're going to get to a point in your life where you are going to want it bad enough and everything is just going to come, not easy, I would say, but just second nature. Like you're going to be like, oh yes, I will make time to learn stocks now. Yes, I have kids, but if I send them to bed at this time or have a babysitter at this time, I can learn this at this time. I might wake up earlier. I might go to sleep earlier. I might get off work earlier, stop taking overtime. I might cut back on expenses. Like everything will come naturally when you want it bad enough. And if you do not want it bad enough right now, if you're still making excuses, if you're still like, I don't know, that's truly okay, because I had that moment myself. I literally have just come into that moment where I wanted to do business that bad enough. Because for a while, I was just loving wealth building. And I liked taking the money I made in my job and flipping it and like building wealth that way. And I finally got to a point where I'm like, oh no, I want more money, to invest more money, to flip more money. And people were telling me that 2 years ago. Like, you're building wealth, you're doing stocks, but start a business. And then you can buy more stocks and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I love my job. I don't need the risk of business. I don't need that. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm finally at a point now I'm like, oh, now I do want it bad enough. Now I eat, sleep, and breathe business. Now I'm consistent in business, which I never was before. I have a clothing line, Galactic Swag Clothing, that I would do for 3 months, stop. Come back after 5 months, do it again for 4 months, stop. And just be inconsistent. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm going balls to the wall. But I'm not in a point where like, dang, I missed out. If I would have done this 2 years ago, I would have $1 million t-shirt business or clothing brand business. And at the same time, I'm like, no, because I wasn't ready. I enjoyed my work. I enjoyed just building wealth. I enjoyed where I was at. So you'll get to a point where you want it bad enough and then the success will just come. And if you're not there right now, keep doing what you're doing. If that's reading a book once every 3 months, if that's watching a YouTube video once every 2 months, if that's harassing me in my DMs and maybe not doing the work I'm telling you, but you're still checking up on, wow, keep asking me, how can I do this? How can I do this? And you're still interested in learning, slowly you will get to a point where you're like, okay, I am really ready to do this and be successful and learn and start a side hustle or whatever it is. And you will get there. I promise.